Okay, this is part 3 of how to install Xcode so that we can use it to develop software. And in this tutorial, we are going to sort of just set up a basic C++ console project which prints out some text just to sort of test that this software actually works. So if you'd followed parts 1 and parts 2, you will have a icon in your applications folder for Xcode. So if you double click on that, you should get a screen which looks like this. This is the Xcode splash screen. Yours may say a different version on there. In the future you may have a different version to that, so that's not to worry too much. We've got a couple of things here. We can either create a new Xcode project, or we can look at something from the SCM repository. And if this is not the first time you've opened this, there will be your old projects will be along there, or we can sort of use this to find a project to actually open. So as this is the first time we've all opened a project on this computer, we'll go and create one. And what we need to do is this there. Now it starts off a bit big. I'm just going to make this a little bit smaller so it all fits in with the screen. There we go. So there are various applications that we can make, things for iPhone, iPad, etc. But we're just going to be looking at creating a sort of standard C++ program. So what we need to do is in this section here, OS X, we should click on application, and we've got various types of applications that we can click on and create, but just for sort of this testing we should go here and click on command line tool. So we're just making what is called a console. So this is like a very simple C++ program. So we've selected command line tool, and now we should press next. So the product name, it asks for sort of various sort of things here. So the product name, we'll call this product test, and company identifier is the programming monkey, and you can put your own sort of company there. And what we want to do is we want it to be a C++ type of program there. So if we've got these sort of free ones here, we can sort of change this, the PM. So what it does here is we need to create a file where it's going to create some code. So we'll call this file code, put the caps lock on, and then create that. So I've created a code file, and then this will create the actual project within that file there. So starting off, this gives you quite a lot of information, a lot of which will be quite sort of, if you're beginning programming, it will look sort of a little bit scary, but I'm here to sort of show you on here. The main thing we need to worry about is on the left hand side here, which is like the project view window. What this has done is it's created a default project for us, and we click on main .cpp. Now this basically it's created a program which should sort of automatically work. In this screen here, this is actually our C++ program, and we don't need to worry too much about that if you're an absolute beginner. But what this program does is on this line here is it creates a hello world, and it will print that onto the screen. So hopefully if you're following this would actually show this. So to run this is the first time. If we run this program, we'll build and then run the current scheme which is on there. So it's come up already. Now this is the first time I've run this code on this computer, so it does throw up a few sort of things for you to actually do. You may need your password as well. So we want to enable developer mode on this Mac, and then what you should do is you should then type in your appropriate password, click OK, and then what we have seen is a little window came up here and said this was successful. So the successful running of this program as shown here, and it's printed the word hello world, which is your standard sort of beginning programming on this screen here, which is your output. So that shows us how to set up the project for the first time and then run some sort of code. And just as another test, maybe if we change this text on here to say put in your name, a programming monkey, and then if we press this again, now this second time it hasn't come up with asking us for our password. It only asks you that the first time, and we'll see that we've got the programming monkey with an exclamation mark, which is down here. So we've proved and tested that this application actually works.